Welcome, Peter. Thank you for joining, Peter Pan. Welcome. Thank you for joining wherever you are connecting from. I welcome you and appreciate you for connecting to the program. It's going to be a very quick one. I'm not going to take much of your time. So let's just have a very quick interaction. All is geared at encouraging everyone to continue to hold on to our faith and strength. Do not get tired of the gospel. Do not get tired of putting more effort. And do not get tired of doing what you have to do. Whatever you know you can do, go on and continue to do that. Do not give up. No matter the attack that is coming from east, west, north, and south, no matter the propaganda that are coming from all angles and all corners, hold on to your faith and hold on to your strengths. Do not allow anyone to distract you. Distractions are going to come from all angles, from all corners. A lot of obstacles are going to be coming. But no matter how they try to push in their troubles, we shall overcome. One of the important things we need to do, which every one of us know, is the self-referendum. We cannot overemphasize on that self-referendum. It's something that every one of us must not forget. That is why I will keep reminding you anytime I come here. In case you forgot, if you have not voted, or your family member has not voted, a friend of yours is having problem in voting, make sure you inform them. And from the information that are coming from Biafra land and the videos that are coming, already people in Biafra land are voting with the voters card. People in Biafra land are voting massively with the voters card. So if you're in Biafra land and you cannot be able to vote online, you need a voter card, please try and connect to your de facto government. You see, that is why it is important that every of us should be in our de facto group. Those de facto group is supposed to be there so that you know the administrator of your state. When you know the administrator of your state, it can be easy for you to get information. The 40 states of Biafra are all casting the vote, and the vote have been shared in millions in all the 40 states. We have gotten videos and pictures coming out from Biafra land, how people are voting. The electoral officers of Biafra are doing marvelously well. If you are in Biafra land and you have not yet casted your vote, please try and make inquiry and cast your vote. We know that it is difficult for some people to have data to vote. We know that it is difficult for some people to be able to get the links on how to vote or smartphone. That is why the Prime Minister have made it very, very easy. The Biafra government in exile have made it easy by bringing the issue of voters card, and voters cards were printed in Biafra land in millions, which we all saw. And as we speak, Biafrans are turning up and voting every blessed day. And the vote is going to finish before you know it. That's why you must hurry up to go and cast your vote. Hurry up. No need to waste time. Hurry up, go and cast your own vote. so that your own vote is going to count. Remember, it is something we have signed up to do, and we are going to do it. You're welcome, Peter Pan. Thank you so much. You're welcome. So we have to continue to do what we have to do. Voting is going on in Biafra land. So if you're in Biafra land and you don't know the link, try and reach out so that you can, first of all, know your de facto government. In the 40 states we have in Biafra, 40 states, every state have their own coordinator, administrator. Every state have their own administrator. And most of those administrators have groups, of which I've been able to put some people in their group. So if you don't know your de facto group, you don't know the Telegram group, because it's not on WhatsApp, it's on Telegram. The de facto group is on Telegram. So if you don't know the group, you reach out so that we can send you the link so that you can be able to join your own de facto group. But it's important that you find out the state you belong. The 40 states of Biafra. Find out the state where you belong so that it will be easy for your de facto government to be dictated, a de facto state. So once you'll be able to get your states, we can give you the link to the administrator. So it will help you. It is very important to be connected to the government on ground if you are in Biafra land, so that you'll be getting information on how things are going. You will know when to stay and when to move. Because it is very important. Information is key. That you cannot make much gain without information. That is why we have made it that every Biafran must belong to the group so that he can be getting update. You'll be getting update and you know what is going on. Do not allow anybody to deceive you, and do not listen to any rumor. Anything you hear, any rumor you hear, and you go and check on the platform of our Prime Minister, you didn't see it there, don't pay attention. You are welcome, my beloved sister Diana. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, my sister. You are so amazing. You are one of those that is giving me strength to be here all the time. Every time I come online, you are always here. Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Oh, I can see my brother Chukuma Solomon. Thank you, my brother Chukuma Solomon. I'm not using link. It's just a brief broadcast. There's no link. I'm not placing link for the broadcast. It's gonna be a just quick one. I did my broadcast in the morning, which is the interactive section, and this evening section I have not using link on it yet. Maybe later, but for now I'm not using link. I'm just trying to create awareness before we begin to use link on the evening program. Thank you, my beloved brother Chukuma Solomon. It's been a long time. We really miss you. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. You are doing a very wonderful work, trying your best to join. And I know how difficult it can be. It's not easy. So anytime you have time, you can join. When you don't have time, we always know that your spirit is with us, and you are one of those we can be able to rely on. So my fellow Biafrans, everybody equally that is watching me, please continue to put your own effort. Never get tired. It is not easy. If anybody tells you that it is easy, that person is lying. My own self that is sitting here and talking to you, it is not easy on my side either. It's not easy. No, it's not easy for any one of us, but we cannot give up, because it is because of all these challenges. That is why we are doing what we are doing today, to see that we can have a country where at least our burden will be relieved. you will have a country where your tax and burden will be released. A place where you will be, at least you'll be sure that the education of your children is guaranteed. You'll be in a place where you will have a guarantee that after your children go to school, they must have a job. These are the things that every one of us must pay attention to. We cannot give up. We must continue to do our part. When you see the challenges we are facing today, Biafrans across the world, both the Biafrans living in homeland and the Biafrans living abroad, it is the same challenge. It's not easy anywhere. That is why you see us in the morning, in the evening, speaking and talking. Because we want a country of our own. As it stands today, we don't have a home. Biafrans don't have a home. Those of us are abroad. If they are chasing us now, we don't know where to run to. If we are giving quick notice where we are living abroad, we don't know where to go because we don't have a home. Biafra land is where we belong, and you can see today that Biafra land is under occupation. The enemy have taken over Biafra land, and that is why we are fighting day in, day out to see that we get back our home. At least when we get back our country, we can now boldly begin to think of going back home. When they are chasing you outside, you can boldly go home. When you have a country that is working, well organized, nobody will mess you up abroad. Once you travel and go abroad, you land there immediately and you see that the environment is not good. You take your returning ticket and go back. But to show you how bad it is, no matter how terrible outside the border of Nigeria is, no matter how terrible it is, nobody crosses the border wishes to go back. To show you how dangerous and how bad Nigeria is, there is nobody, no Biafra that will cross the border of Nigeria and we wish to go back. No citizen of that country, no indigenous person in that Nigeria will cross the border, even to Cotonou, and wish to go back. Everyone that crosses the border will never wish to go back again. That is to show you how bad it is. To show you how bad it is. That it is very, very bad that there is nothing anybody can do. That is why people are running out. When you are hearing Japa. Today you see our brothers scattered out across board, doing menial job. And the worst is that even when you are in Nigeria with all the useless paper they give you, they call it certificate. If you like, go to Nadaskiwe University. If you like, go to Unilag. If you like, go and become a professor. Nigeria. Whatever certificate they give you, immediately you cross that border, that certificate becomes useless. That is how bad it is. It is terrible. No matter your qualification, once you cross the borders of Nigeria, you are going to start afresh from primary school. That is why you see many of them who come to Nigeria to claim to have master's degree, you have professorship, but once they cross the border, they will become a caregiver. They will turn to housemaid or security guard. That is the best you can get. Either you are a security guard or you are a housemaid. With all your certificates, even doctorate degree, people that are doctors in Nigeria, once they cross the shores of Nigeria to other countries, you will see them working as a maid. The highest they can get is a nurse. And before they will allow them to be a nurse, they have to go back to school. They have to go back to school. Even a practicing doctor in Nigeria, once you cross the border of the country, you have to go back to the school. They have to re-examine you. It has even become worse in these days. These days that they know that the president of Nigeria himself does not have any reason. It is worse this time around. Now that the world know that the president of Nigeria forged a certificate Now they know that the person, the drug baron who you make a president, who is now on coma, that drug baron forged a certificate, not even in Nigeria, a certificate in the US. He registered into a university as a lady and came out as a man. The university he claimed to attend, he never did. Now that the world have known that you opened your door for somebody who does not qualify, somebody who doesn't even have a class, he doesn't have a secondary school classmate in Nigeria. Nobody have come to testify that he went to the same school with him. Not primary, not secondary, not university. No classmate. Nobody can come and testify and say, oh, this is my classmate. And yet, he maneuvers to become a president in the Zoological Republic. The whole world finally have concluded that there is nothing, no paper coming from Nigeria can be certified. Call yourself a professor, call yourself a doctor, whatever your title you like, give to yourself. Once you present any documents with Nigerian title, it will never be respected. Some countries today do not accept Nigerian passport as a means of identification. Many countries today do not accept Nigerian passport as a means of identification because nothing can be trusted in that country. How can you, do you blame them? How do you want someone to trust you when your president himself has a forged certificate to become a president? That is how bad it is. And who are the people suffering the whole thing? Every of this madness, the people suffering it are the Biafran people. Because they are the people who are most traveled. They have made our home uncomfortable. They have made Biafra land inhabitable. They have made our home so hazardous that people cannot be able to survive there. Those who are doing business in Biafra land, they make you to sweat. For you to succeed in business in Biafra land, you have to struggle times 10 what other people can do in other area. Something that somebody in Lagos can do with just a strength of 30%. You in the Biafra land is going to use a strength of 90% times 3 for you to achieve the same thing the person achieved. You go extra mile. They will make this place very, very uncomfortable. Today, our young ones no longer believe that education pays. Our young ones do not believe that education pays. That is why everybody is on the fast lane. How do you want them to believe that education pays when the educated ones are the ones rigging election for the uneducated? Every single idiot in the government of Nigeria today are all forged certificates. Look at the criminal in Enugu State, Peter Mba. That criminal, Peter Mba, forged certificate. He is not supposed to be there, but he forced himself through. Look at the one in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma was in death row, a criminal, a fraudster, who was in death row, supposed to be executed. And the Janjaweed smuggled him out because of today. And you can see what he's doing in Imo State. You go to their Senate, majority of the people you see in the Senate are all with forged certificate. Majority of them forged certificate. How can any human being trust such kind of a system? The system has made it that today, the youth no longer believe in education. And they want to see that the system of education in Nigeria has been destroyed completely. The kind of education you get in Nigeria is an education that you go to. After attending school, you come back, you become more dumb than you have ever been. Go and look people who call themselves graduates from the University of Nigeria. Listen to them and see how they speak. Listen to their command of English. They pass through school, but school never passed through them. So many of them do not attend class. They buy certificate. Buying certificate is the easiest thing they can do in Nigeria. In one of the statistics, one of the investigations they did last time, I've forgotten the name of those people that did that statistics, that every university in Nigeria has fake professor, including in Soka. They have about 8 fake professors. Fake professors. And that is how they are everywhere. People walking about with certificates. And these people will end up becoming your governors. They will end up becoming your lawmakers. Now tell me, how are you going to tell a young child who has seen that an educated man is the one running the affairs of the country? A man who doesn't have a certificate is the one running the affairs. How are you going to convince him that education pays? How? How are you going to convince him that education pays? Every one of us, we must put our hands together and be very, very serious in this exit, because that is the only place our hope lies. The only thing that can guarantee the safety of the Biafran people today, the only thing that can guarantee our respect, that guarantee that we have respect, the only thing that can guarantee that we have a life, a future, is Biafra. Nothing else. The government of Nigeria, every blessed day, they show you that you are not part of the project Nigeria. No Biafran is part of the project. You are not. They say it with their mouth. They act it in their words, in all their deeds. And the funny thing is that after doing this, they now turn around and begin to make people to hate their own freedom. And some idiots are falling prey to that nonsense. That's why you see an Igbo Biafran telling you about one Nigeria. Abomination. You will see somebody who, even the Janjaweed have said it, even people who are not Igbos are saying that Igbos are the most hated in that contraption. Even people who are not Igbos, they say Igbo Biafrans are the most hated. Being an Igbo Biafra alone, that your name, that's for the fact that from that tribe already you are condemned in that contraption. You are guilty already. Not because you committed a crime. Because Chukwu Okikadiama made you a Biafra. And you still want to pretend that all is well. You want to force yourself into their midst. It's only an idiot that does not know when he or she have overstayed her welcome. Every mature and intelligent person, when you go to a place, you will know when you overstay your welcome. And the only thing that you do to regain your respect is to walk away. Whether you pay a visit to your brother, your sister, your in-law, or whoever, as an African yoga, African yoga, when you don't see your in-law so much, when your in-law, you have become so familiar with your in-law, what you do, you begin to roast the yam for him or her. Instead of entertaining them properly, you begin to roast the yam for them. So every matured person should know when he or her have overstayed their welcome. Once you overstay your welcome in an area, the best thing you can do for yourself to regain your respect is to take a walk. Today, the only thing that can make Biafrans to regain their dignity is their freedom. That is why every one of us must stand up. Every one of us must be focused on the freedom of Biafra. The restoration of the independence of Biafra, you must be focused on that. There's nothing else. Channel your energy there. That is where your mouth is. Put your resources in it. The restoration of Biafra is the only solution to the tears that is flowing in our eyes every day. We have cried enough. We have complained enough. This is no longer time for complaint. We are so lucky that Chukwu Okike Abiyama gave us men of steel. Men of steel. Look at our Supreme Namazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Languishing in GSS. Languishing in DSS for doing nothing, for committing no crime. Even when the courts have said, let him go. 3 courts, not one. 1, 2, 3. 3 courts with their own judges, not Biafran judges. Judges of the Janjaweed. They could not find Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty. They said, let him go. And they went ahead to say that no judge has the right to sit on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case anymore until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnapping. But what do you see? What we continue to see every day is still dragging the innocent man to the court, detaining him unlawfully, forcefully detaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, denying him every single right he has. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been able to take his treatment. He has not been able to receive his treatment from his doctors. Up to this moment, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still wearing one cloth. No medical attentions. They are keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on solitary confinement. It is 3 years more now. And the whole world kept silent. They feel it's okay. The world kept silent. In their own presence, ordinary rendition was conducted. And they pretend they don't see. There's no uproar everywhere. But if it were to be a terrorist today that was detained, I remember how they were protesting for the terrorists that were held in Guantanamo Bay. If you all can remember, how the whole world protested that the Guantanamo Bay should be closed down, even when they know that that is where the highest terrorist men are being held. The highest terrorists of the earth, people who have murdered thousands of people, people who have wasted innocent blood, who has no other agenda on the earth than to take life. The whole world was protesting for the closure of Guantanamo Bay, the detention of the terrorists. The whole world protested. They did it as a national program. BBC was talking about it. CNN was talking about it, that they should be closed down. They were all shouting about human rights, and you think it's about you. That is why I say what they call human rights is human abuse and not right. They call it human right. Meanwhile, they are going to take the right from the innocent and give to those who doesn't deserve it. You take the right from the majority and you give to the minority. How is that human right? How can you take the right of the majority and you give to the minority and you call it human right? How does that translate to human right? It is the same you that will come and tell us that democracy is a game of number, that the majority carries the vote. The same you who preaches about democracy, which is a game of number, majority carries the vote. You will still come and you take away the right of the majority and you give to the minority. And you call it human right. These are the scams that we have seen on this earth. When it has to do with them, they fight for it, for their own benefit. But when it has to do with us, more especially the blacks, they pay no attention. The same way when you hear about United Nations, you think they are united for you. It is not for you. That word, United Nations, is not for you. It is for them to continue to use it to manipulate you and hold you down. United Nations is not of anybody's good. It was established for the benefit of the world powers, for them and for them alone. And the only time they take proper action is when the thing has to do with them to protect their own interests. But when it has to do with the interests of the ordinary man in a third world country, in Africa, they do not care. Can you tell me any time the United Nations have made a move to stop a war? Never. United Nations has never made any move to stop any war. They're always late. Before ever they come in, they will make sure that lives are wasted. In fact, it is the number of lives you waste that will determine whether they will come or not. If you continue to protest and talk ordinarily, they are not going to come. They won't say a word. Until you take action. Once you take action, they will rise up. It does not matter where, even if you are a terrorist and you are taking action, they will speak for you. They will come and negotiate with you. Look at what is happening between Hamas and Israel today. The situation that Israel is today is because they are taking action. The situation of Hamas today is because they are taking action. Not until you begin to take laws into your hand, nobody is going to pay attention. And that is why the Biafran people on our own today, we have decided to take our fate into our own hands. We are not waiting any Western world to come and fight for us. We are not waiting any Western world to come and rescue us. We are going to fight our way out of this entity called the Zoological Republic. Our Prime Minister have said it, that this, with the same cup they feed us, we are going to put water in that cup and feed them back. The same measure they used to measure for us, we are going to use the equal measure for them. It does not matter how it happens. In this era that we are in, there is no going back. It is not the time of complaint. It is not the time of propaganda. It is not the time of petition, not the time of protest. We are in the restoration of Biafra. And it's going to happen this year. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, have announced it. Our convention is coming up this year, November, December. During that convention, on the 2nd of December to be precise, the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra will be made. After the declaration, Biafrans will defend their territory with everything in their blood. We are going to defend our territory. And it doesn't matter how you feel or what you think. We are going to defend it. Every preparation that will lead to that has already started. That is why if you are a Biafran and you have not yet paid attention on the self-referendum voting, you are one of the enemies. If you are a Biafran up till now, you refuse to cast your vote or to educate people, inform people, you are part of the problem. Because for us to have the mandate, for the Biafra Republic Government to have the mandate to make the declaration, for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, to have the mandate of the Biafra, your self-referendum must be counted. Your self-referendum must be counted. That self-referendum is a mandate to the Biafra Republic Government to declare the independent state of Biafra. Mazen Nandekano said that before ever it will be made, that we are going to get the mandate from the people. That the people's mandate will decide if declaration will be made or not. We cannot just wake up and make a declaration. In 1967, before our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, came to make the declaration, he made consultation. The whole Southeast traditional rulers and chiefs were indoor for 4 days to dialogue. After the 4 days secret meeting, they gave him the order to go ahead and declare. Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, declared Biafra under the mandate of this old southeastern region. it was not just him coming to speak. The old Southeastern region came together and they gave him the order to go and declare. Today, the Biafra Republic of Nigeria is seeking for that mandate from Biafrans. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanakwa, is seeking for that mandate. And you have the opportunity to make your contribution and give that mandate for the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, December 2nd. Go and cast your vote. It is made simple. Most importantly, people in Biafra land, try and connect to your de facto administrator. Connect to them. Reach out to them. Join the Telegram group so that you can be having updates 247. You will not leave behind. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anyone to distract you. Be focused on that which matters, our freedom. We must be free. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. They can continue to push their propaganda until thy kingdom come. It will not move us. We are fighting a just cause. The Biafran people have not gone to anybody's land to take over their land. We have not gone away to colonize anybody. And we're not asking anybody to come under us. We are not oppressing anybody, neither are we taking anything from anybody. The brain we have is much more greater, much more of effect for us than the material things. Just like Mazen Nandekan have said, that what we are going to have in Biafra land is a brain-based economy. Forget about this nonsense they're talking. They are chasing oil on the ground. In Nigeria, it is all about oil. All about oil, oil, oil. Who cares if there's oil or no? The brain of the Biafran people alone, our brain-based economy, is what we are laying our hope and trust on. And with that, we can do exploit. Just allow us to go. 10 years, come back and see how Biafra is going to be. After 10 years, come back. And you will confess for yourself and see what Chukwuka have done in the life of Biafra. We have come a very long way. We have passed through so many trainings. We have passed through so many hurdles. And I bet you, there is no condition or circumstances that we cannot survive as Biafrans. There is no circumstances that we cannot survive as Biafran people. We will survive every circumstances as we have always survived. It is not out of wickedness, not just because we are saying it to be proud. We are whom we are, and we work towards what we say to achieve it. Every single achievement Biafrans have made is made through effort. Through effort. We cannot afford to continue to allow the propaganda and blackmails of the enemy to distract us. Look at what is happening in Biafra land. When you look at Biafra land, you see the kind of destructions the zoo is bringing in Biafra land, you shed tears. When you see what they are doing to our brothers and sisters, how can you not fight for Biafra? Today, look at what is happening to our brothers and sisters in Okuama. Our people in Okuama, look at what is happening. People who were living their life, managing their poor life, managing the means within their resources. The military came with their propaganda. They staged a war within their and destroyed the village completely. Took innocent life, burned down people's home. And today, the person that is supposed to represent them, the governor, what does he say? He wants to send them to IDP camp. He wants to send them away from that very place to somewhere else, out of the village completely, in Adi camp. And he claimed that he wants to rebuild their homes. After rebuilding, they will come back. Nigeria. If you believe that idiots, you can believe that Satan is an angel. If you believe any politician in Nigeria making promises to you, that means you're not a human. And I thank you, that people of Okuama knows the evil agenda. That the plan is to drive them away from that locality and take the mineral resources without any interruption. That has been the strategy of Nigeria in the southern part of Nigeria. That has been the strategy in Biafra land. Any resources they want to take, they will first of all create chaos. That is what they have been doing in the north for a very long time. Government-sponsored terrorism. You know, when we say it, people think it's just out of hatred. It is not out of hatred. Every single statement I make here is verifiable. All you need to do is to go and verify. Go and verify, ask questions. Then you come back and thank me. The criminality of the Zoological Republic is unexplainable, it's unimaginable. People in Okuama living peacefully, they went there and created a war by themselves. After creating the war, they came in, took innocent life, and accused them of attacking them. Remember when that thing happened, it was from one accusation to the other. First of all, they said it was a communal clash. That was what they said initially. From communal clash, they said they came for peacekeeping. We say peacekeeping. From peacekeeping, they say no, that it was Bonkari people that attacked. At every given opportunity, they are always twisting the stories. When they found out that you have found out what they said, they change it to something else. Innocent people in their homes, you destroy their livelihoods, and you are sending them to IDP camp. And this governor that sent them to IDP, this was a governor who they did not even allow to go to that territory. This is to show you that all these governors are slaves. Slaves. They didn't even allow the governor to enter that area when they were causing their havoc and destruction. And today, the same governor will come and try to take the people away from their ancestral land to take them to a camp. People who are living their life. They were not protected in their home. Is it in the camp that they will be protected? You want to go and expose them the more so that life will be destroyed. You are going to reap everything you sow. You will definitely reap everything you sow. There's no way you can sow yam and root cocoyam. There's no way you can sow beans and reap cassava. Whatever you sow in this world, that you shall reap. My fellow Biafrans, any place you are, never give up. No matter the challenges you see, no matter the obstacle, never give up. I know that the battle is intense. It's not easy. I'm not telling you that it's easy. It is not easy. Nobody's finding it funny anyway. Look at the sacrifice our Prime Minister is making. Everything about him has now reversed and become Biafra. The same thing with our Supreme Leader. In detention. Because of you, because of me. He didn't commit any crime. The only crime he committed is that he's asking for freedom for his people. Let my people go. And today they are torturing him. Every one of us that is in this program today, ask yourself a question. What contribution are you making for the restoration of Biafra? Tomorrow is fundraising. Don't forget. Tomorrow is fundraising. Try and be there on the fundraising. And as I always say, you must not wait until the fundraising before you make a contribution. You can make your payment through the site at any minute of the day, and you will get your receipts instantly. Any way you can support, please do support, because we are going to face a very huge challenge ahead. We are going to face a huge challenge ahead. We must not give up. To who has made us who we are today, will always guide us and lead us to that path of truth. No matter how difficult it is, no matter the attacks, no matter the temptations, the failures, hindrances, obstacles, never give up. My brother never gave up. My sisters never give up. Now that we have known our position, now that we know our enemy, it is easier for us to deal with it. It is easier. Now we have identified those who want us dead. It's left for us to build our defense. You must be prepared at all times, wherever you are, as a Biafra. Be prepared. Be prepared. The battle is going to be intense. But it is no retreat, no surrender. Every one of us should please continue to support our Prime Minister, Mazi Samareba. And do not forget our coming sit at home. 29th of May, 30th of May, and 31st of May. Remember, 30th of May is our Heroes' Day. It's Biafra Heroes' Day. All the heroes of Biafra will be remembered on 30th. 29th and 31st is included so that the Biafran people could have ample time to cast their vote for those who have not yet voted. We will give them that opportunity to have time to cast their vote, because every single vote counts. Every single vote counts. My fellow Biafrans, any place you are watching me from, I urge you to stay strong. Challenges are going to come. Obstacles are going to come. But in the midst of all, we are more than conquerors. My beloved Biafrans, I think I'm going to stop the message here. We will continue tomorrow morning. I'm going to be back on tomorrow morning. The live program, our morning section. Remember now we have two sections, morning section and evening section. But the morning section is a place where we can have link. We invite people to join. In the morning section, you can click the link, you come in, make your contributions. You can speak in your own dialect. It's not compulsory that you must use English. Any Biafran dialect, you use it and communicate every morning. So I appreciate everyone that has been patient with us on this program. I thank you, both those who are watching from Facebook and the people watching from YouTube, wherever you are watching from. I appreciate you, and I say, may Chukwu Kukabiam guide and protect every one of us. We must continue. There is no going back. No matter their propaganda, their blackmail, their plans, there's no going back. We must continue. May Chukwu Kukabiam guide and protect every Biafra. Protect our liberation army, the resistance fighters, the strike force, all the forces fighting for us. May Chukwu come and protect every member of the media, guide and protect the federal government and every member of cabinet. May Chukwu come and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samareba. We pray for divine protection, victory, safety, security for him. No evil shall befall him. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi for divine health, for divine healing, for divine strength. May Chukwu grant him revelations, and he will join us very soon. Every illness in his body be healed. I appreciate everyone that has connected. I appreciate everyone that has been patient for us on this very program from morning up to this evening, the last section. We are going to be back again tomorrow morning and continue from where we stopped. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Amazon Nanikana shall prosper. Thank you for being on this program. And may you guide and protect you. Stay blessed. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne. See you later.